What's up, everybody? It's Chris Portillo from the City of Downey Parks and Recreation Department, and today we're going to be making this beautiful wreath. So welcome back, everybody, to the Creative Hands Social Club. We really miss you here at the City of Downey, here at BJR specifically. We're hoping we can reconnect with our seniors and start doing these classes in person. But for now, we're bringing you these Creative Hands Social Club virtually. So with that being said, let's go ahead and begin. So first off, for the materials, we're going to be go ahead and using some garland, and that's going to be really covering our wreath right here. This is going to be the base of the wreath. You'll see how that goes. You're going to need some wire right here, and then one of these, either like wire cutter or one of these to be able to cut the wire. And then at the end, some miscellaneous flowers to make our wreath look nice and pretty. And then some hot glue because we're gonna need to stick on the flowers after we have our wreath. So with that being said, make sure you got your coffee, your drink, whatever you want. Throw on some music. We'll throw on some music here too. And let's begin. So the first thing is I'm gonna go ahead and just move these to the side because I don't really need them. The only thing I need right now really is this right here, the base of the wreath. I'm not even gonna need to use this right now, but if you do have a hot glue gun, make sure you plug it in right now so it's ready by the time you need to start gluing on your plants. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna separate one of these garlands from each other. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's pretty long. It doesn't look like we're really gonna use all of it. So I'm just gonna right now, actually, we're gonna go ahead and you're gonna take the beginning of your garland and we're just gonna kind of wrap it around this whole thing. And it'll get easier as you string more garland just because there's less of it. But we're just gonna go ahead and twirl it around just like this. Just like this. And then, of course, go ahead, take your time and listen to some nice music while we do this. So right here, we just ran into problem number 1, and that is how are you gonna string your garland and leave the first part empty? Well, that is where our wire comes in. We're gonna make sure that's nice and tight right here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a couple wire. We're probably only gonna need one right now, but I'm just grabbing a couple just in case. And I'm going to take the wire and place it over the garland. That way it ties down right there. And we don't have to worry about it. You can either cut the wire with your pliers or your wire cutter, or you can kind of string it around, just reinforce it a little bit. But there we go. See, now it stands on its own, and we can continue on. All right. So right now we're at about halfway, and I'm gonna go ahead and take another piece of wire and then do the same thing that we did on the previous side. Just like that. There we go. That way it stands on its own. We got a couple pieces that stand on their own, and then we can continue restringing. Ooh. All right. Right now we're right about here. Haven't covered it completely, but that's okay because we still have the extra garland. And I am going to take another piece of wire. We're gonna go ahead, put it right over here, right at the end. That way the whole garland sticks in place. And again, feel free to cut it. Feel free to string it over and over. I'm talking about the wire. String it over and over so it gives it a nice reinforce. Perfect. So far we have that. Looking pretty good so far. We got some patchy areas that we can go ahead and make up with this garland. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and start my beginning right where I did the ending. That way we can go ahead and fill out the garland a little bit better. All right, so once you've about covered a good amount of the base underneath, now we can start just kind of playing around with the rest of the garland and just covering up all those excess spaces that we have. So instead of just coiling it kind of like we've been doing, go ahead and be just nice and loose with it, and that way we can get some of those areas that we didn't get to cover beforehand. All right. And so I have my ending right here. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the wire again. Go ahead and end it right here. All right. Look how nice that looks. Look how nice that ended up looking. Look, remember it was just the brown underneath, and now we got this. This could be a wreath in and of itself. But we're not done yet. We still got our flowers, and these are gonna be fun. These you get to really play around with and just make it your own. Buy different colors. These are the ones we had here at BJR, but this is where you get to have fun with it, be yourself, be your own. And let's go ahead and start gluing. You're gonna need the hot glue gun. And go ahead and pick the side of the wreath that is a little more covered. I would say, you see how you can still see some like spaces on this side? I'm gonna go ahead and flip it on this side. This is the side we'll use, that way the green covers up a little bit more. It looks a little bit more full. And of course you can play around with it a little bit more, just if you want that extra coverage. So for our flowers, we'll go ahead, let's go ahead and start with these nice sunflowers. I'm gonna go ahead and take them off the stem right here. There we go. Go ahead and discard of that, because all we're gonna need is the flower right here. That is where, looks like, hold on. I have this extra bit of wire. Let me tuck that in, tuck it in so it looks good. It's tucked in enough. Go ahead and chop it off. Perfect, we don't need that. Alrighty. Now let's go ahead and stick on some flowers. We're gonna go ahead and put it just on the tip right there. Just like that. And be careful with your hot glue gun, just because it's kind of a scary appliance. Look at that, and we got one flower in there. All right, now let's just start having fun. So it looks like our yellow ones pop a little bit more than our white ones, so we're just gonna go ahead and fill with more white ones. Look at that, we got these pretty white ones too. Oh, these cut so nice. All right, look at that. Look what we got. That's a pretty good wreath we made ourselves. Look at that. Didn't even need that many materials. Didn't even need anything crazy. All we got is a hot glue gun, some flowers, some garland, and then a base for our wreath. And look at that. Look how beautiful it ended up being. But yeah, again, we really miss you here at BJR. We're glad that we can bring you these Creative Hands social clubs virtually. We're going to be doing more in the future, so stay tuned for that. We miss you, our seniors here at the Barbara J. Riley Center. But again, it's been Chris Portillo from the City of Downey Parks and Recreation. Look at this beautiful thing we made. Hopefully we can make many more beautiful things, and then maybe we can even come together and make even more beautiful things in the future. But for now, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Take care and be safe.